Hello everyone, I hope that you are in your kitchen and ready because today you are going to learn exactly how to make stewed chicken.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. Know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy.
Grab some chicken and let's get started. Before we start, make sure that your chicken is already cleaned so that we can soak it in this lemon juice and sea salt for 20 minutes. So we're going to start by evenly distributing 2 tablespoons of sea salt over our chicken. Next, we're going to grab our Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning salt. We're going to put 1 tablespoon of this seasoning salt over the meat. Now, you guys know that I love Mrs. Dash seasoning because it does not contain any salt. So even though we're adding 1 tablespoon of it, it's not salty at all. So it's not adding any extra sodium to our meal. And you want to use your hand to rub the seasoning salt over the meat to make sure that each piece is seasoned. Next up is our extra spicy Mrs. Dash seasoning. Guys, I just love Mrs. Dash. It just gives your food so much flavor. And don't worry, the extra spicy is really not that spicy. We're going to add 1 tablespoon of each of these seasonings. Now we're adding the original blend from Mrs. Dash. And last but not least, out of our Mrs. Dash family, we have the onion and herb. Next, we're going to add some cayenne pepper. We're not going to put too much of this. We're just going to use half of a teaspoon just to spice it up a little bit. Notice how I'm using my hands to actually rub the seasonings throughout the meat. I'm not just resting it on the top. So next we're going to get some sazon and we're going to use half of this packet. Sazon does contain salt, so we don't want to use too much of this. I just like to add it for some extra color and extra flavor. Now we're going to grab our must-have green seasoning. This is freshly made. I would link below my video on how to make this seasoning. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of it because when I make mine, I do not put salt in it, so I can actually use as much as I'd like. We're just going to mix it up, making sure that each piece of chicken gets this green seasoning. I really wish that you guys can smell it. It smells so delicious. And just when you thought we were done with the fresh seasonings, we're actually not. I'm going to take some diced onion, some diced cilantro, and some diced shadow benny and put it on top of my chicken. And just look at how beautiful that looks. It's not even cooked yet and already it's just so yummy. Allow your chicken to soak in the seasonings for another 15 minutes. Then after that, put your stove on high and get ready for the cooking process. Once our pot is heated, we're going to add 1.5 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to the pot. Now, we can choose to use any kind of oil that we want, to be honest. Then we're going to grab a teaspoon and put a teaspoon of brown sugar into the pot as well. Placing the brown sugar in the oil is a very crucial step because it gives your chicken that color that it needs. We're just going to add some garlic to the brown sugar and allow both of those to burn together. Now, when I say burn, we don't want it to be black and burnt. We really do not want to ruin our stew chicken. We just want it to be the perfect shade of brown. So I'm looking at this video and I'm wishing that the pot was a little bit more light so you guys can actually see that color that you want the sugar to turn. But I'm hoping that you guys get the picture. Now we're going to grab our seasoned meat and add it to that pot. There's going to be extra seasoning left over in the bowl, so we're going to get 1 ounce of water and put it in the bowl, roll it all around and make sure that we get all that seasoning and then pour it over the chicken for gravy purposes. Then we're going to stir it. Make sure you mix the brown sugar, everything on the bottom, mix it all up. When we're done with that, we're going to cover it and make sure to cook it on high, making sure that we check it ever so often so that we know that it's not burning. And after 35 to 40 minutes of cooking, you have some delicious stewed chicken. But that's not it, guys. I actually have this trick that I wanted to show you. So if I make my stewed chicken and maybe I forget to brown my sugar correctly or something goes wrong, I just grab this handy dandy mushroom soy sauce and I put about a teaspoon of it into my chicken. And I swear to you guys, it does not change the taste at all. It just takes away that pale look from the meat. Thank me later. So last but not least, we're going to grab some coconut milk and add it to the gravy. We're just going to let it simmer on a low flame for 10 minutes. The green seasonings that I'm adding to the top is 100% optional. It's more so for presentation purposes. Then we're going to cover it. And once we uncover it, there you have it, guys. Stewed chicken. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you do like my video, just please like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned for so much goodness.
So yummy. No, you want this yummy. Yummy all in your tummy.